Hey, what's going on? This is Daley, and you're checking out my boy David Duane with My Fierce Wings Radio.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning back into On Air with your one and only rock thunder Mike David Duane in the place to be, My Fierce Wings Radio. Yes. Right now, we're about to welcome back our boy Daley. Now, if y'all don't know who Daley is a R&B soul recording artist who is about to drop his second album. Yes, his second album, The Spectrum, which is coming out this Friday, so you guys need to pre-order because it is a phenomenal project. And he also, Daley just got off a tour with Leela James and just graced the stage on Essence Fest. So he's with us. What's going on, Daley?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing great. And yourself?
Yeah, very good.
That's amazing. I'm so glad that we were able to, finally get on the phone. I know we tried to do it at Essence, but now, we can really talk in depth, about this album that's about to come out on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, The Spectrum, tell me how you came up with, the concept for this album. I mean, quite dope how you came up with it, but tell the listeners how you came up with it.
Well, yeah, the album was just, was me just trying to figure out what the next chapter was, and really just trying to summarize the experiences that I've lived over the last couple of years since the first album. So, it's been an interesting couple of years, definitely some challenges and some things to overcome. I separated from my first label, so I had that kind of experience to go through, which was very interesting and kind of liberating in the end. And then, just love life. I experienced loss for the first time, lost someone very close to me, so that was gave me a different perspective on everything really. So that definitely factored into making the music and the kind of things that I wanted to write about. So, still want to keep the soul in there in the music and make songs that people can relate to and hopefully just make a part of their lives,
Absolutely. And that was a lot. You lost somebody that was a part of your management team and then, to, part from your label. Like, how did what kept you going during that time? Because that's a lot to, go through within, like, kind of back to back.
Yeah, it was really crazy. It was a position that, when you're, at one point in time, like, it would have been like the worst scenario, when you think about it. But then when it actually happened, parting ways with the label was for the best because they just weren't understanding what needed to be done, and they weren't giving me enough support. So that was, by the time it came to it, it was like, see you later. And then with obviously management was very difficult because that was that was a lot more serious with my manager passing away, and he was also a really good friend. So that took a little bit longer to figure out. But the thing that really kept me going, quite honestly, I know it's like you hear it a lot, but it's just so true. Like my fans, the people who have been supporting the music and coming to the shows and the tours.
Right.
They literally, kept me going. I will always do music, but, there were moments where I was like, what, do I just need to take a step away, and just rethink? And then, even something as simple as, a tweet one day or a comment that's like, oh, you don't understand how much your music means to me, can't wait for your next album. Just seeing that sometimes is like made me rethink. It's like, okay, well, you're not just doing this for you now. There are people who really want to hear this. So that things like that definitely kept me going. And, and then it all came full circle, and I'm, just, so happy that everything kind of came together for the second album.
Definitely. I'm definitely, happy that it came together for you, because when you parted from the label, I was like, yo, where's my boy Daley? I know he's about to come back with a banger at some point. And then, did. I was just like, whoa, wait a minute. I wasn't expecting, such an amazing collaboration with Jill Scott. I mean, you guys have a great, friendship, but this record right here, Until the Pain Is Gone, I mean, it really hit me to the core. Like, what was the inspiration behind this record?
Well, it was one of the first ones I kind of wrote in the process of the album, so one of the earliest records, and it was actually, I kind of pieced it together from a few different experiences I'd have in relationships or just with people that kind of had a similar theme, which was this thing of like, two people who really like each other, but their previous experiences or like, negative things that happened in relationships in the past, they're still keeping them on their guard and not letting them kind of really move forward with anything. So I'd experienced that a couple of times, and I'd noted that was something that I was doing, I was hesitating and the past was kind of affecting my present, so I kind of wrote the song kind of about that kind of situation with two people who are in love, and the feelings are obviously there, and it's, but they're just kind of stuck by these insecurities and past experiences. So the song is really just about two people kind of admitting that and just trying to sort of make the decision to kind of move past it, you know, and let it be.
Definitely. And that's definitely a reality record where people can, you know, can relate and connect with, because I feel like everybody who's ever been in love, I hope everybody who's been in love, have gone through at least one or two situations where they've been in that position.
Yeah, and just, you know, even if it's not necessarily bad experiences, just everyday life, you know, everybody's got their own things, their ambitions, the things they're focusing on, and sometimes you just can't give that energy to a relationship or, you know, all that kind of stuff. So, you know, it also kind of works in that way, I think, as well, just about trying to, at a certain point, you kind of have to focus and be like, look, you know, we've got something here, and what do you want to do with it, you know? So that was kind of where the song came from. And then, so I actually wrote the song, and then it was maybe a few months later, when I've been listening to it, and it really just, for some reason, it just made me think of Jill, the song and the melody and the music, just something brought Jill into my mind. So, you know, I just kind of took well, not really risk, but I just took the leap and just sent it over to her, because I'd connected with her from doing some shows with her in London, just to see what she thought, you know, just to see if she liked it, and if she'd be down to be involved, and she loved it, and she, you know, she pretty much instantly just recorded it, and so, you know, I was just totally honored and really happy to have her.
Amazing. And y'all's voices sound so amazing together. I was just like, this.
Thank you.
I mean, like, even when Marsha had even collabs like that, like I told you, our first interview, like, I just love that collaboration that y'all did. I feel like every time you collab with somebody, you really, really think about, okay, like like who's going to be the best that's going to, you know, be on this song. Like, you just don't do collaborations just to do that.
No, I think, yeah, it has to be organic, and it has to make sense. And, you know, I have to be able to believe in the collaboration kind of thing. So obviously with Marsha and with Jill, you know, and even when I did a collaboration with Jessie J a few years ago, and they're just people who I really admire, you know, who I think are amazing vocalists. You know, and to be honest, like, I just like to be a fan. Like, I'm just geeked that Jill Scott is on the same song as me. So, you know, there's that aspect as well. It's not all serious. You know, sometimes I just like to be a fan and be up close and personal with, you know, the people who I really admire. So.
And that's incredible. What's also incredible is, you know, being able to perform at Essence this year. You did a phenomenal set. What was it like, year's experience for you? Because I know you performed last year, but what was this experience like?
Yeah, this year, I mean, Essence is always great. You know, I really always enjoy it, and it's a great weekend of music and culture and food and, you know, just all that New Orleans goodness. But this year was good because, you know, I was really able to give people a taste of the album, you know. Last year was great as well, but I was kind of still not quite ready to debut all the music. So I just gave people, I think I just did two new songs last year. This year I kind of gave them, you know, a couple of the album cuts that I really like, and I was able to really be like, yeah, my album is like coming next week kind of thing, you know. So that was great, just to finally, after all this time, you know, in the studio, to be on stage performing the songs and gauging people's reactions and stuff is, that's almost like, that's the payoff, you know, that's the bit that I really enjoy. Well, I enjoy it all, but that's another bit that I enjoy. So, yeah, just to do that, you know, and just, I feel like it's nice because I know that my fans are excited, or are probably as excited as me, if not more, you know, to hear the music. So to be able to finally give them that, you know, give them some new music is a good feeling.
Most definitely. You have a lot of fans that, like, you know, really love your music from, like, all over the world. And it's just quite, you know, amazing to see people be so excited for, you know, when you announced the tour with Leela, like how they were excited to see that, how people were looking forward to Essence. Your fans, like, really loyal to the thing. Yeah, they are. They're really, you know, there's definitely people really kind of, I feel like, take it to heart, and they, you know, I feel like one thing I noticed is not that it really matters, you know, fans are fans, but like, you know, anyone supports you is a good thing. But I think when I look, you know, at my fans and the comments they make, it's most of the time it's very genuine. You know, they really are expressing how they feel about the songs, and, you know, you don't get that. I guess some artists don't get that. You know, I see some artists in their comments are all just like, you know, I love you, or, you know, just kind of mindless stuff. Right. My fans really have something to say about the music and appreciate the music, so that's always nice to hear. Right. Like, you get, like, a great mixture, and that's incredible, because, like you said, some people say, I love you, and it's just like, is there anything else? Which is nice as well. I definitely am not saying that's a bad thing, but it's, you know, it's nice when people can really express how they experience the music. You know, that's what I like to
that's the kind of thing that I like.
Definitely, because as an artist, you work so hard with the craft. It's like, I mean, any artist is like, we need some feedback. We just can't go off as nothing, and I love you because of our look or whatever it is. We need feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing. So now, what is your favorite records from this new album that you definitely, want people to, look forward to? I mean, the whole album, of course, you want them to look forward to, but, like, which particular records are, like, your favorites that stand out?
Yeah, it's so hard. I mean, I've been a couple of people have asked me that, the last couple of weeks, and it kind of sounds really annoying to say that they're all my favorites, but it's just funny, because I really, when I put an album together, I have to be able to skip through it and 100%, like, say that every single song, I love it, I need people to hear it, and it means something, So it's kind of hard, but I think the one that's been sticking out to me, just because it was, when I wrote it, it just felt like a very special song. It felt like I'd kind of expressed an emotion that I'd been wanting to express for a while. So there's a song called True, and yeah, it's just an important song to me. It was a realization I had just about, really in the grand scheme of things, what a short time we are here for, and just to try and spend that time wisely and in the truth, and not kind of missing the present because you're looking so far into the future or into the past, So it's, I feel like the song kind of just came out. I wasn't planning it. I didn't know I was going to write it. It just came out within a few minutes. So that one's quite special. I think, hopefully people will feel like that's a special one.
Yeah, I feel like they definitely will be able to feel like that's a special one. I can personally say, I think even just from you explaining it, the concept of it, I feel like I'm going to be able to feel that way because I constantly preach that particular message to people on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And it's a great reminder to, let people know these things.
Yeah. Yeah, and, the thing of, like, just with everything that was going on with me, it's like sometimes you can go to the ends of the earth to try and, do certain things and be a certain way. But, at the end of the day, if that's not the truth and if that's not, you're just kind of wasting time. So, so it's just about that really. And it was nice because it wasn't really it's not really a relationship song, although it could probably be interpreted like that if you wanted it to, but it's really just about a personal song. So, so I hope people feel that one.
And what honestly has, been rewarding for you, going from being signed to a major label to being independent, but still having, that backing?
So what do you say? What's been rewarding?
So what's been like rewarding, through, that transition process for you?
I think it's nice because moving away from, the major label thing, it's like a lot of, it's like a lot of chains being released from your artistry, and a lot of, but by the time that situation finished, I just wanted to be in a situation where I could do what I wanted to do artistically, and it's been great. I'm with BMG now, and they just kind of let me do my thing and support it. So it's really nice. I mean, going from being with Universal, and towards the end of the thing, they were trying to make me, sing all these songs like, ayo, oh, 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 ayo, and I'm just like, that's not what I'm doing. So, now I just get to do what I want to do, and I think that's better for everyone involved.
Yeah, definitely, because these labels will try to get you to push into songs, and a lot of people don't even think that still exists with the day and age that we're in, but I tell people all the time, it definitely exists. So after the album drops on Friday, I know you're probably planning on going back on tour, correct?
Yeah, we're looking at putting in a tour in the fall. So yeah, we're just kind of locking in the details, and I want to kind of go everywhere, do the US, Europe, and Australia and Asia, and just try and do as much as possible, really.
That's going to be incredible, especially for, the fans that haven't got a chance to check you out on tour. They get the opportunity to get you. Your set, like, is always amazing. Like, you're one of the top artists, I would say, that I love going to see perform live.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like,
I always try and, put the songs across as well as I can and give a good vocal performance and, just to express some emotion and just allow people to kind of be with me. And do that and feel that emotion as well. So.
Well, Daley, thanks so much for, chatting up with us. We definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate you, most importantly, for remembering me. Because definitely when you bumped into me at Essence, I was like, I don't think he's going to remember who the heck I am, but you definitely did. And
yeah, I did.
It totally appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
Well, Daley, before we have you do a drop for us, tell everybody where they can, follow you on your social media and everything.
Social media, all the usual places. I'm on Instagram, which is Daley, just Daley. Twitter, Daley Music, Facebook, Daley Official, and my website, if you want to sign up to the mailing list, stay updated, is daley.tv. Hey, what's going on? This is Daley, and you're checking out my boy David Duane with My Fierce Wings Radio.